During the night, Eagle Cloud was standing over Cheo, and she could tell that he was having bad dreams. So she held her hand over the back of his head. Stanayu. Stanayu. What? Said Cheo. No one knows me by that name on this planet. Who are you? Stanayu. Stanayu. Surround yourself with a new pack. Find a new love. It is time to let me go. Watasha? Watasha? He woke up in a start. Watasha! Next scene, a crime scene. Detective Sally Parker, a good cop with a quick wit, who was married to her job, and Jane Entwistle, approaching 30 and still dominated by her mother, are the two detectives on scene. Michael Chalabi is the blood splatter expert and also works for the local drug cartel as their man on the inside of the department. It appears that the perpetrator must have been kneeling over him, and with a swipe of his hand or a weapon, or with a swipe of his hand holding a weapon, he cut him four times. I'll have more for you in the morning. Thank you, Michael. Next, they talk to medical examiner Cheo, Dr. Jose Fernandez Martinez, and he says any one of the four cuts could have killed her. Killed him. I'll know more when I get him on the slab. Jane says, good enough. As she stepped back as the doctor reeked so bad of alcohol and the smell of cannabis. She bumps into Eagle Cloud and gets startled like she had just been hit by an electrical charge. Woo! Well, good enough, Doctor. Whenever you get the report to us, that'll be fine. Thank you. Yes, he says, then walks out of scene. Sally and Jane walk back to the vehicle. Did you notice Cheo tonight? Yeah, geez, his poor liver. I know, right? But Jane isn't really listening to her own conversation. All she is thinking about is that Emmy assistant. What was that, she thought. When Cheo gets back to the office, he opens what looks like a mini fridge, takes out a bottle of whiskey, and holding it in his hand, he absorbs the whiskey right through the glass bottle without even opening it, then returns the bottle to its place in the mini fridge, and reaches in again and takes out a large bud of cannabis. And holding it in his hand, it catches on fire, and he absorbs the smoke right through his hand, filling his lungs with it, and then exhaling. He puts what is left of the bud back into the mini fridge without offering Eagle Cloud any. She's surprised by this. He could have at least offered, she thought. That night, while Cheo was sleeping, Iridium decided that it was time to feed. So she popped out and back in a matter of moments. But she popped back in somebody else in a new body. Who are you? Snarled Cheo. It's me. No, it's not. You're in a new body. The MAID won't work. Oh, yeah, in the morning. Won't work. What's your name now, he asked. My name is Mianju Ren. Okay, I got it. Then they were in the ME vehicle. Jane came up to Cheo and asked him if he knew anything about the dead female found with the MEID of his assistant, Eagle Cloud, on a native reservation in New Mexico. No, he said. Well, do you think it might be Eagle Cloud? Do you know where she is? It's her ID. No, I don't know where she is. She wasn't scheduled to work today, said Cheo. Sally interviewed Mianju Ran. Then they compared notes. They had nothing. Once Iridium walked... Okay, so then there was a... then the cops set a trap for Mianju Ra, but they blasted her with 1,000,000 bullets, but it was like she had a force field around her. She just walked out of the trap. So then Sally and Jane went, grabbed the good doctor. Cheo, we don't know how you're involved, but you're involved somehow. After we lock you up and run your DNA, Cheo in handcuffs tells them everything, kind of. This thing will suck the world dry, he says. The planet is at risk, but I've got a plan. Then he told them his plan. All you have to do is let me walk into 17 First Street, i.e., board my ship, and she will be there, I know it. She's been tracking me. And the moment she steps into that building and onto my ship, she'll get enough electricity shot into her to kill King Kong himself. Sally says, you'll have to wear one of our trackers, too. We're not letting you out of our sight. So the plan went perfectly. They lured me and Drew Rod to the house, and he was about to step in and getting so close. Then Cheo woke up at his desk in the middle of the examiner's room. I'm still alive. He jumped up and ran to his ship to check on his stash. Meanwhile, Jane and Sally are sitting in the cruiser outside 17 First Street, watching and waiting. Then Jane slowly turns to Sally and says, Iridium? And Sally turns to Jane and says, Osmium. And then their fingers slowly entwine. Yes. You've come for me. Sally and Jane vanished and were never seen again. Cheo got back to his ship and ran to the hold. But the dark matter crystals, the score of a lifetime or 3, were gone. The hold was empty. Empty. So he went to the bridge, and he found a full pardon from the Council of Worlds waiting for him there. And then he saw a deed to some planet in the Aryan cluster. He couldn't believe it. He went full beast mode in celebration. There were several calls to the police of a howling wolf in Manhattan, coinciding with the strange disappearance of a home at 17 First Street. And, wait a minute, let me go up to the top here. He had lost, it's true, he had lost the score of a lifetime. But he was no longer caught in a trap. He was still alive when he heard that would be impossible. No one survives an encounter with a space vampire. But he was free, with a full pardon, and the owner of a planet. Ow!